I never believed in ghosts until I moved into my grandmother's old Victorian house. Creaky floorboards and musty smell were expected, but the whispers in the walls were not. It started small, faint rustling behind the wallpaper barely noticeable over the hum of the refrigerator. I chalked it up to mice, resolving to set traps in the morning. But as night fell, the sounds grew louder, more insistent. Scratching, scraping, murmuring. I tossed and turned, unable to sleep. The noises seemed to be coming from everywhere at once, surrounding me. At 3 a.m., I'd had enough. I stormed out of bed, determined to find the source of the racket. Armed with a flashlight, I crept through the darkened halls. The beam of light danced across faded family portrait, their eyes seeming to follow me. I shook off the feeling of being watched and pressed on. Sounds led me to the attic door. My hand trembled as I reached for the knob. Taking a deep breath, I pushed it open. The attic was a cluttered maze of dusty furniture and cardboard boxes. Cobwebs clung to every surface. My flashlight beam cut through the gloom, revealing nothing out of the ordinary. Yet the whispering continued, louder now, almost frantic. I picked my way through the mess, following the sounds to the far corner of the room. There, hidden behind a stack of moldering books, I found a small door I'd never noticed before. It was no bigger than a bread box, its wood warped with age. The whispers were definitely coming from behind it. Heart pounding, I reached out and pulled it open. Silence. The whispering stopped abruptly, leaving only the sound of my ragged breathing. I peered into the darkness beyond the little door, seeing nothing but a black void. Then, without warning, a skeletal hand shot out and grabbed my wrist. I screamed and jerked back. The grip was iron. More hands emerged from the darkness, pale and twisted, clawing at me. I stumbled backwards, dragging whatever was attached to those hands with me. In the beam of my dropped flashlight, I caught glimpses of emaciated bodies, hollow eyes, and gaping mouths. The creatures from the wall spilled out into the attic, surrounding me. I fought and thrashed, but there were too many. Their cold fingers dug into my flesh as they pulled me towards the little door. I could see now that it led to a pitch-black tunnel, stretching endlessly into nothingness. As they dragged me closer, their whispers became clear. Join us, be with us, forever. With a final, desperate surge of strength, I broke free of their grasp and ran. I didn't stop until I was out of the house, gasping for air on the front lawn. I never went back inside. I called a realtor the next day and put the house on the market, lying through my teeth about its condition. I couldn't bear the thought of those things trapped in the walls, waiting for their next victim. Months passed. I tried to forget, convince myself it had all been a vivid nightmare. But the memories haunted me, creeping into my thoughts when I least expected it. Then, yesterday, I got the call. The house had sold. A young family with 2 small children was moving in next week. I hung up the phone, my hands shaking. What had I done? I couldn't let innocent people walk into that nightmare. I had to warn them, had to stop this before it was too late. I raced to my car and sped towards my old house, my mind reeling. How could I explain? Would they even believe me? As I pulled up to the curb, I saw a moving van in the driveway. I was too late. The family was already here. I leapt out of the car and ran to the front door, pounding on it frantically. "You have to get out," I shouted. "It's not safe. There are things in the walls." The door swung open, revealing a familiar face, my own. Older, haggard, with wild eyes and unkempt hair. "I've been waiting for you," my doppelganger said with a twisted smile. "We've all been waiting." Before I could react, pale hands reached out from behind the door and dragged me inside. As the door slammed shut, I caught a glimpse of the little attic door, now grown to full size, dominating the entryway. The whispers surrounded me once more. "Welcome home. Welcome to eternity." And as skeletal fingers caressed my face, I realized the horrible truth. I had never escaped that night in the attic. I had become one of them, trapped in an endless cycle, luring my past self to this moment again and again. The house would stand forever, and I would spend eternity in its walls, whispering, waiting, watching as each version of myself discovered the nightmare anew. At that moment, I finally understood the true meaning of horror.